What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Dubai. This is season two, the reunion part one, guys. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I'll need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning your post notifications on, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and get into the Real Housewives of Dubai, you guys. Now, before we even get into it, you guys, I do want to just put something out on the forefront that you guys may hear some background noise. So, what's going on in my area is they're currently in the process of building an apartment complex right behind my apartment. And then I also think that they're doing some work on the pool. So, you guys may hear some saws and stuff going because it's very loud. Hopefully, you don't hear it, but if you do, that's what's going on. Now, let's get into this reunion part one. Now, what I will say is, I think that all the ladies look good in their red. If I'm gonna pick who my best look is, you guys know hands down it's going to be Lisa, and then the next person I think who I would say would be, oh, this is an interesting one because I love Lisa's look. I'm not the biggest fan of Taleen's look, but I do love Ayan's look minus this headdress. Not the biggest fan of the headdress. I even like Brooks's look. I like her look. Sarah, I don't even know what that is. And Stanberry, it's okay, but that nobody looks like really really bad. So that's that. But again, give me your guys is good. Who you guys think look, who you guys like, who you guys didn't like, and we'll discuss it in the live chat or the comments. Now we'll talk about how the ladies are sitting. So Andy, you guys know Andy is center. So we have Andy. So to Andy's, I think from the television screen and how he's probably well, from how he's sitting, to Andy's right, you have Ion, who's the first chair. Then after Ion, you have Stanberry, and then besides Stanberry, you have Taline. To the left, you have Lisa, Brooks, and Sarah. What I will say is, I noticed that when everybody came out and took their seats, it was rather interesting to me the way that Ayan was like Lisa sold her, basically sold out her friend to have first chair, and I was like, that's not something that you guys I mean, you guys can't really predict the seating arrangement for the reunion, so I don't know how Lisa threw you under the bus, but if that's how Ayan feels, that's how Ayan feels. But I also feel like Ayan was completely pressed to seeing Lisa. It's just like, okay, like y'all literally sat by each other last season. You were first chair, she was second, and Sarah sat beside Lisa last season. And then on the other side, I think if I'm not mistaken, last season it was Stanberry, Brooks, and Nina, and it could be the reverse. I don't really remember season one like that, but I really feel like Ayan was just a little bit pressed. You guys can tell me what you guys think, what you guys feel in the comments. But I really do feel like Ayan was just a little bit on the press side when it came to Lisa. But it is what it is, right? So we start the reunion up, and the first question was to Ayan and Lisa about their friendship and where they currently stand with each other, right? So they say that Ayan says it's sad that she misses Lisa and she misses her kids. And so Andy asked the question of how long were they really tight friends, right? And so Lisa said that she met Ayan when she was pregnant with her son Sebastian, and that was about 8 years ago. And Ayan says that she misses Lisa and the kids. So, well, she misses the kids. I know she said that. And so Andy asked the question, do their husbands still kind of, have their same relationship? And they were like, they don't have the close relationship that they once had, which is really sad, especially if you guys have known each other for almost a decade. It's really sad to see this friendship, fall apart. So then we do start the reunion with the relationship between Ion and Stanberry, right? So Andy asked them, how did this relationship come about? So Ion and Stanberry say that, after the season one reunion, when they were on their way back to Dubai, they were on a 16-hour flight, and I guess they sat beside each other, and they had conversations with each other. And, they were like, they were in the same friend group, so it just didn't make sense for them to be at odds. But season one's reunion, it didn't make any sense to me, because season one they were so divided. And it's like, this is your first season, and it felt like they had been a Housewives franchise for years and years, like with Atlanta, with Potomac, Beverly Hills, Miami. It felt like they had been years in the making, when it really truly wasn't, right? And the drama of season one, it was petty, so it didn't make sense for them all to just be at each other's throats like that, right? And you guys know I've said it plenty of times before, that the season one, the interesting thing is, season one reunion, I'm still getting those vibes this season's reunion, right? Because season one reunion, it felt like to me that it was everyone versus Ion and Lisa. And now this reunion, it feels like it's everyone versus Lisa and the other black woman, right? That's what it looks like to me. You guys can tell me if you agree or disagree, right? But yeah, Ion and Stanberry said that they talked to each other and they wanted to see if they could get along with each other, right? Cool. Now, Andy mentioned the fact that Stanberry had told him that after the reunion, season one, that she and Ion had sat down with each other and had a drink, and that she didn't tell the other ladies. So Andy asked Lisa, did Ion tell you about having a drink with Stanberry? And, Lisa says that no, she didn't tell her about it, but Ion would tell her that Stanberry was calling her, right? So then somehow Talene got in, this is how we got involved, because they were talking about the fact that when it comes to Brooks and her interviews, it seemed like Brooks was happy to see the dissolution of the friendship, right? And Talene even said that, she was enjoying the demise of their friendship, which I agree with that, right? But then she said, when she saw how, this is Brooks saying this, by the way, that when she saw how hurt Ayan was, that she tried to, make those two men fences, which I don't believe that. But hey, if that's what she says, that's what she says, right? So then I know Andy asked her, if, what did she think about the friendship? She said that she doesn't care. I was like, I don't believe that one, sis. I think you very much so do care. And I was kind of confused if Andy was asking her if she cares about the real friendship between Stanberry and Ion, or if she cares about the friendship between Talene and Stanberry. Either way it goes, she said that she didn't care, but either way it go, I think she does care. I think she's a little bit pressed. These are my personal opinions, right? So Lisa then also said that she had no issues with Stanberry and Ion becoming friends, because she said that when they were first starting to hang out, that Ion would text her and talk and complain about Stanberry. I believe that Ion did that, and Lisa showed the text messages where, and Andy read the text messages out, which it did align with what Ion was saying, and Stanberry saying that they realized that they had some things in common. But I also think that I think she probably was struggling in the beginning to make a connection with her. And she was texting her best friend, like, girl, me and this B word, we sitting down with each other, and it ain't nothing between us. I can see that. So Lisa then called Ayan the professional victim. And so Ayan got upset with Lisa. And let me say this real quick when it comes to the whole professional victim thing, right? When it comes to Ayan and the word victim, hmm, I think you when she hears the word victim, she thinks about what happens to her, but people are not saying that you are using that. You're being a victim to that. People are saying to you, ma'am, you do stuff, and then when you get called out on it, then you want to make yourself the victim. And I wholeheartedly believe it. And I also think that that's what Sarah was trying to say. But when she was talking, early in the season when Ayan got mad with Sarah, I think that's what Sarah was trying to say, but she didn't say it in a in that manner. That I don't think that Ayan victimizes herself with what happened to her, but I do believe that Ayan will make herself a victim. Prime example, the stuff with Stanberry with the whole voice note thing. Ayan made herself the victim with that. You had the issue with Stanberry the whole entire time when it was you that played the voice note. So again, I get where people are coming from when it comes to Ayan. I like Ayan, but we're gonna call a spade, and we're gonna keep it real with each other, right? I can like you, but I can also call you out when I think that you're wrong, and I think that Ayan does play the victim. Absolutely. If you agree, you agree. If you disagree, it is what it is, right? So after that, we find out that Ayan's son, he's still modeling. Um, so then we talked about Ion's Ion Beauty event where the black woman was talking about the fact that when she was thanking, saying that it was Tony's event, Ion's business partner, and she's just saying that she was being funny, but Talene chimed in and she was like, "You were so it's funny to discredit her," and Brooks told her, "Girl, shut the fuck up." I had to laugh. Now, what I will also tell you guys is I did watch this on Peacock, so I watched the uncensored version, and it's funny to hear the uncensored version, right? But yeah, Brooks told her to shut the F up, right? So then we talk about Ion's FGM, right? And so Andy asked her if she regretted talking about it on camera. And I guess in the beginning she did because of some of the backlash that she got, which I don't understand why she would get backlash, but she did regret it at first. But now that some African countries are trying to bring it back, she doesn't regret it anymore, right? Which I don't think she should have ever regretted it because you're putting something out there that is harmful to women and you're shedding light on it. So don't let anybody diminish your story. That's what I will say, right? So she also says that people are asking her what part of her vagine was cut. I'm like, that is so rude and so disrespectful. Like, I don't understand why people need to know that question. I really truly don't understand why people would need to know the answer to that question. Like, what is it going to do for you? If you want to ask her questions about the procedure and how to keep it from happening and things for if you want to educate yourself on that process, on that procedure and all that stuff, that's fine and dandy. But to ask her what part of her vagine was cut, y'all gotta do better than that. You really have to do better than that. So then, she's talking about the whole victim thing again, right? And again, like I said, Ayan, no one is diminishing or diminishing your story, but when you hear the word victim, you automatically go there, and that's not what people are talking about. And Lisa even said that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about whenever me and you get into it, and when you get called out, then you want to play the professional victim. And I agree. Like I said, the whole Stanberry thing, she made herself the victim in that. So then I think it was Stanberry who asked Lisa at one point, "Are you going to cry?" And Lisa was like, "No, I'm not going to cry." And then Ayan says, "Well, that's the side effect of Ozempic." And Lisa said, "The Ozempic that you introduced me to, that you were taking." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, Ozempic, y'all." I ain't gonna say nothing else about Ozempic, but y'all know my thoughts and opinions when it comes to Ozempic. I don't have people do what they want to do, but I do feel like at some point, years down the line, that is going to be a class action lawsuit. But again, It is what it is, right? So, but Andy moved on. He didn't stay on it too long, right? So next up, we're talking about the other black woman, Stanberry and Talene, right? I will say that I agreed with Stanberry. Oh, shout out to Stanberry. So she did get a facelift. So she might not have had a facelift during the season, but she has a facelift now. She looks really good. Can't take that away from her. She looks good. But what I will say when it comes to the whole thing with the other black woman, Talene and Stanberry, I actually agree with Stanberry. Stanberry said that she didn't repeatedly bring it up on the show. It was the other black woman who kept bringing it up, and I'm like, absolutely. So if you felt like your friend was embarrassed, then why did you continuously bring it up? So we got a little bit more context too. So the other black woman is saying that with Stanberry, she was basically this is what she's saying. So Sarah kind of hinted at it but didn't really speak on it. So the other black woman is saying that Stanberry came to talk to her, Nina, and Sarah, basically saying if this is a direct and if this is an indication of how Talene acts, then Talene shouldn't be on the show. And I was like, girl, have you saw Housewives? Like, I mean, we've had a Viva Drescher take her leg off and throw it on the table. So she's among good company. Hey, hey, Shayna, how are you doing today on this good, well, what the hell is today? Wednesday? On this good Wednesday. These days are running together. Hope you're having a good day. And I just took my glasses off so I can't see nothing. My God, today. All right, we back, you guys. My bad. I took the glasses off, couldn't see a thing. Um, so yeah, if that happened, I don't like it. So I will say that if Stanberry did say, oh, because she face planted, but y'all are on this couch at one point in time talking about how much the other black woman, about her drinking, right? That after if she has more than one drink, y'all start to see a change in her. But we'll get to that when we get to it. So Andy was questioning the other black woman, basically saying, but Talene let it go with the whole Stanberry thing. And she says, well, she really didn't let it go. And so she says that she was on her, and as she was getting ready to say she was on her balcony crying, Talene said to right with her. She said, I was on my balcony, hysterical. So they did show a flashback of it. So Talene was on her balcony and she did cry, but it's not like to the extent of, oh my God, this woman said this about me, this woman said that. She did cry because she said it was hurtful, but and we see as Sarah and the other black woman consoled her. So it wasn't like she was just in a puddle, off by herself crying and something like that. What I will say though, when it comes to Talene and the other black woman, they were in the storyline with those two is it's exhausting, it's draining, and to be quite honest with you, I was over it. But we talked about it nonetheless throughout this part one of the reunion. Now, please, anybody who watches Dubai, do you guys know if they're gonna? I know next week is part two, but are they having a two-part or a three-part reunion? That is what I don't know. So after that, you know, the other black lady, she does say that she did take things too far. Selena apologizes to the other black woman for calling her an alcoholic. Now, when we talked about her spiritual healing, she only did one session and she asked for a refund. I'm glad you asked for a refund because it wasn't helping you. I'm absolutely glad that you asked for a refund and I'm glad that you got your money back. It wasn't helping you. So after that, they talked about, the whole Michael thing. So the other black woman says that Ayan had called her saying that Michael was at a bar drunk and was talking about what he does for Stanberry. Then she said he did repeat it. Lisa also says that, I guess Michael has said something to Ayan, and I guess Ayan must have told Lisa about what happened. And so Stanberry is saying that he doesn't fit her lifestyle. She has businesses. She got a settlement from her ex-husband. I don't believe that the woman is broke and destitute. But I will say, I mean, if the man is paying for your bills, ain't nothing. Let's be real about the situation. Who really wants to pay their bills? Like, if you can have somebody else pay your bills for you, would you say yes or no? Like, let's be real with each other. If there was somebody out there who was willing to pay your bills, would you look a gift horse in the mouth? I don't think so, because I know damn well I wouldn't. Keeping it a buck with you guys, right? So I guess Stanberry must have tweeted this at some point that the other black woman, she has men who do things. She must have been projecting or talking about herself, right? And this then Andy brought up what Talene said on Watch What Happens Live, that Brooks sleeps with men for money, and she apologizes to Brooks for that. But she was like, "But you don't sleep with men, but men do give you money." And they showed a clip of her when they were in Bali, and I guess there was some man that she calls ugly that was doing things for her. It is what it is. Like I said a few minutes ago, I don't care. Get it how you live, right? If a man is willing to pay for her lifestyle, her bills, get it how you live, girlfriend, and keep your money to yourself. I don't have a problem with it. And you guys know that I don't see it for that woman, but I don't have a problem with that. Absolutely not. So now we're starting to get into the point where I realize I'm looking at it, right? Because I'm noticing that at one point through the reunion, Tylene is directing like some her energy towards Lisa and towards Brooks, rightfully so to direct it toward Brooks. But I noticed she was defending, she was directing her energy towards Lisa and defending Ion and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, did y'all come together to say we gonna go after these two women? Because then you got Sarah just sitting on the side and she's not really saying anything. But that's how Sarah is throughout the season, atmosphere. So after this, we talked about Talene coming to the show, right? Because we talked this the last part of the reunion, we're just talking about Talene on the show, and Brooks bringing her on the show, and Talene said at one point that the other black woman said to her like, Stanberry has suggested put three people for, so we got to get you on this show, right? I believe that. Then on top of that, Talene is saying that coming into the show, she was initially supposed to like Sarah. She wasn't supposed to like Lisa, Ion, and Stanberry. And I absolutely, what I will say is I do believe her, because it just didn't, honestly, this whole entire season, for the other black at the beginning of the season, for her to have such this issue with Stanberry, it never made sense. And I really did feel as if maybe she got into Lean's ear and was like, girl, when you come on this show, I need you to be on my side. So if I don't want you to like this bit, and this bit, this one right here, she cool. I do believe that that's what happened. But you guys tell me if you agree, disagree, what you think, right? Um, the other black woman says that she didn't watch Housewives. Do I believe that? Not 100%. I don't believe that you didn't watch Housewives. I don't. And then for Talina to say you told me to watch Beverly Hills, I was like, oop. I don't believe that you didn't watch Housewives. Now, if this were earlier in Housewives franchise history, I would say maybe yes, but Housewives has been around for 18 years at this point, right? Because OC is on this 18th season. Housewives have been around for 18 years. I don't believe that you didn't watch the show. You may not have been an avid watcher, but you probably watched an episode or two of Atlanta. You probably watched an episode or two of Potomac. You've probably watched Beverly Hills. You probably have watched them. Like, I didn't believe her. So after that, like I said, this whole Brooks and Talene thing to me was so draining and so annoying. I was annoyed, right? Because I don't think that they were. I don't think that they were. What you can say about Talene, you can also say about the other black woman. When it comes to this season, they didn't do right by either party, right? They talked about the housewarming party. Talene addressed the whole comment of where's your husband? I don't necessarily know if she apologized, but she did say she was wrong for it. Now, this is where they lost me at. It was the whole Rafi thing. This is where I got lost with those with the women, because everybody, with the exception of Lisa and the black woman, were saying that Rafi, you know, wasn't wrong. They were trying to defend him. I was like, but he was very aggressive towards that woman. Like, again, I may not be her biggest fan, but he was aggressive towards that woman. And that was where part one ended. If I had to rank part one, I actually would say it was okay. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst reunion that I've ever saw either. But that's all I got, you guys. Please let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments. Um, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications, guys. Share the video. And until next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one, you guys. So we got OC on Friday. And then next week, we will have Dubai Part 2 reunion. OC and Salt Lake City returns next week, which I'm really excited for Salt Lake City. But I'll catch you guys in the next video, you guys. Bye.